Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both mics.
All right. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Both Mics.
Hey folks, Both Mics is a show about nothing and everything. That over there is Mike Sofka.
And that over there is Mike Taylor. And together we are Both Mics.
Welcome to show number 75 of Both Mics, heard everywhere. Podcast can be heard. If you know of a place that does podcasts or lists them, serves them, whatever, find us there. We're probably there. Anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find us. You can actually talk to Alexa and say, Alexa, I want to listen to Both Mics, those fabulous golden voices. I want to hear their spectacular rhetoric and banter on a Friday night. Play them now. And Alexa will play Both Mics.
Isn't that
you
awesome?
name it. Yeah, the technology. Everyone, we're like dirt. We're everywhere. Find us where podcasts can be found. Friday night, we usually hang out here on twitch.tv/bothmics, do a little live thing. Try not to sound like complete assholes, but sometimes that happens. So
yeah, we screw that one up every time.
Yeah, live without a net on Friday night. Check us out. Check us out afterwards, usually on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the button, send us a check in the mail. We're worth it.
Yeah, I got to find out what that YouTube check is about.
Yeah.
Haven't been getting my YouTube check lately. Is that like a government money check?
Sure. So how's things, Mr. Sofka?
Good. How about you?
Good.
Did you get up at like 2 a.m. to go buy a TV at Best Buy?
No. I was in a hotel and I forgot my CPAP Darth Vader machine, so I couldn't.
God.
Yeah. Can you sleep without yours?
It's hard. Like I wake up like more often when it feels like everything's way congested and I can't breathe.
Yeah. I literally felt like I laid and stared at the ceiling the entire night.
Wow.
But yeah. But I also can tell in the morning because I can tell when I snore now because with the CPAP machine, the get off my lawn old man CPAP machine, you don't snore.
Yeah.
So when you do, parts of your face vibrate when you do snore for the first time in months and wake up and you're like, okay, my soft palate is freaking inflamed and I can't swallow and things hurt. So yeah, I know I slept to some degree. Plus my wife told me that I was snoring last night.
Yeah, I was going to say that the biggest way to tell if you're snoring during the night is if you wake up and your arm is bruised.
Right, or a couple of your teeth are missing.
Yeah, your nose is bloodied.
Yeah. Do you have one that takes like water?
Yeah.
Do you actually put water in it?
Yeah, I got it to work, but I've had that gurgling shit happen before, so I get it.
You have an older model?
I think I've had mine since 2007, yeah.
Yeah, I think you need to upgrade, bro.
Yeah.
I have a newer one, and it's like it has humidity control and all kinds of crap. And a buddy of mine has the same exact one, and we were on the Monsters of Rock cruise together. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't even put water in it." So I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I only put water in it when, like, I'm congested or I have a chest congestion thing. So, but yeah, you don't have to put water in it. It works fine without it.
Well, this is a great show, and I know I'm the one that normally puts the brakes on the show, but I just want to thank Mike for having all the millennials and exennials or whatever they call them check out because two old farts are talking about their freaking CPAP machines with gray hair.
Yeah, it'll probably be the most popular freaking show we have.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, so they're saying that the Black Friday thing may not live up to what it's done in the past, but they're saying that most of the sales, there's an increase between 8.5 and 10.5% for this time of year each year. So that would say that they expect between November and December $850 billion in retail sales thanks to this time of year. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but I'll tell you though, I haven't been as active this year as I have in the past looking for bargains. Usually like the Black Friday flyers and sale flyers come out. I usually, kind of go through them and see if there's anything worth, that jumps out at you. You're like, oh, that's a real good price. A doorbuster, a super doorbuster. And I'll usually consider getting, that particular item or, a couple items that are really good priced, because a lot of it could be hype. And this year, I went through the usual. I went through Target and Walmart and like Best Buy and a couple different Black Friday ads, and nothing jumped out at me. Nothing seemed as elaborate as in the past. So I'm wondering if they're taking a chance on people just being sick and tired of being, locked away or locked up, and I guess the fact that they've lost a lot of profits in the past because of the pandemic this past year and a half. So I don't know what their strategy is, but I didn't see anything to attract me to go to a particular place.
Well, don't forget, they also have Cyber Monday coming up here, which is after Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That's because the people in the robot verse said, hey, us AI people need representation too. So they have Cyber Monday. So
Monday.
Now, this is according to CNBC.com, so it must be true. On Thanksgiving, shoppers were buying the latest version of Just Dance, the video game, Oculus Quest, Rainbow High dolls, Rainbow corns, and classic holiday items like Apple iPads and Nintendo Switch. You recognize any of that shit that I just talked about?
The Oculus is that virtual reality headset.
You're going to need that for the metaverse.
Yes. Whatever. And the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, which has been out for 2 years from what I could figure, 2, maybe 3 years. So I guess it's still a hot item.
I guess so. Now, MasterCard's come out and say that Black Friday sales are up 12.1% year over year here. So whatever that means.
Well, does it also mean that maybe people are putting it on a credit card?
See, that part's not clear to me. Was that just MasterCard sales? Maybe I should click the link and find out before I report on it.
Is your debit card a MasterCard? I know I've had debit cards that have been Visas. I've had debit cards that have been MasterCards. So you're using your bank card. Does that count towards that 12%?
Well, I know I usually don't use a MasterCard because that MasterCard is racist. I shouldn't have to call the card Master.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a part of the Jedi Order. Uh-oh. We have a door opening.
You just had to walk in, too? I had to walk by with the ugly look when I made the Master joke.
No, the doorknob's rattling, so I'm guessing it's the 2-year-old.
I had the intern walk by, and she's like, really? She gave me that look, like, really? You went there?
Yeah.
Really?
Come on. Just because I'm from Georgia,
Yes. All right, that's going to bring us right into my favorite segment, week in, week out. Hands down, the Alien Update.
Yeah.
Fast-looking alien! Where? Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous for Earth people.
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too. But I think he's an alien robot. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
I swear, every time I see Zuckerberg, I think reptilian. I think he's a reptile man, shape-shifting reptile man.
Now, real quick before we get into the talk about these crackpots,
yes.
Did you make any special Black Friday, Cyber Monday purchases today?
No, not at all. I haven't even looked. I might be in the market for another big TV, but I have them throughout the house, and I'm happy with what I got, so I'm having trouble parting with money to do that. But I did see that TV seems to be the big thing. Everybody's got
It's always
TVs.
a big thing.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and they've always recommended that you wait till Black Friday to purchase a big TV like that, because the fact that the prices on the older versions of TVs go down on Black Friday, and then of course the new TVs come out with the higher prices.
Yeah, I'm not that guy who has to have the latest and greatest and all that crap. You know, like as a matter of fact, like I initially got spooked when people had like Xbox One at their house, and I'd be visiting, and the dude would walk by the TV, and the Xbox would go, "Hi, Chris, are you ready to play Xbox?" And I was
Seriously?
like, "What the hell was that?" He's like,
Seriously?
"Oh, the Xbox did a facial recognition." I'm like, "Your TV's not even on." He goes, "Oh, I know. It just recognized me." Come over here, Chris. It's time to play Xbox.
Yeah, sit down next to me.
I was like, Jesus, I don't...
Put your hand on my leg.
Yeah. Or have you ever been in somebody's office or at somebody's place of business or at somebody's personal home and they got an Alexa thing or a Google thing sitting there? You know, the...
Yep.
I feel you have to have a sign, and you have to have me sign a waiver before I come in there that says I won't sue you because the government's listening to every fucking word I say thanks to that thing.
My boy's preschool has one behind the administration desk, and one day when she went to go get Nicholas from his classroom, I saw it. I'm like, really? Okay, Alexa, play Motley Crue, and she comes back and shouts, "The Devil's freaking playing."
Nice.
You know? Yeah. She's like, "Oh, how did that happen?" I'm like, really?
Nice.
Like,
I would have started with, "Alexa, please add the following items to my shopping list. Condoms." You know, just going on and on with stuff.
KY jelly.
Yes, exactly.
Didn't even think of it. Next time. But yeah, and my next TV is going to probably be an 82-inch TV. But the two TVs we have been going like gangbusters, and not even a sign of slowing down. So why do I want to get a new TV? Just because it's bigger?
Right.
Not happening.
Well, there's a Black Friday sale picture, and there's a happy shopper. If you're watching us on twit.tv/bothmics or on YouTube or wherever there. But we were talking about Black Friday. We got an alien update here because of this man here, Elon Musk.
What happened now?
Every time this cat opens his mouth, people react with this cryptocurrency shit.
Wow.
He gives out like one word. And according to this article on livemint.com, basically he's saying that the crypto isn't really as important as the keys to your crypto. So he's saying that if you could have all the crypto in the world, if you don't have the key to get it, it's worthless. Which makes sense, right? I mean, if you got something locked up, you can't open it, you can't access it. So
right.
I think this is going to be the future, is people hijacking keys to their virtual wallets. Do you have a virtual wallet?
No. Get off my lawn. I think that's like an issue my nephew has, because we were talking probably last Christmas or last Thanksgiving, and he's like, "Yeah, I got Bitcoin somewhere from someone for something," and he's like, "I don't know how to access it." I'm like, "Really? Like, you probably potentially have 30 grand laying around somewhere, and you don't know how to access it, and you're too lazy to figure out or ask questions to find out what's going on." You have to have an account somewhere.
It's working for them because they're worth like 60 grand now.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah. No, I'm making a New Year's resolution. My spouse and I are going to heavily educate ourselves on NFTs and cryptos, and we're going to start slowly making purchases and selling and doing whatever we have to do to get involved in this, because I can see this is going to be a train that's going to leave the station before I decide to get fucking on. If I don't, I mean, you just got to say it and do it.
NFTs? What's an NFT?
NFT, non-fungible token. We talked about these on the show about a year ago, almost.
What was the middle word?
Non-fungible token.
Fungible.
Yeah.
Fungible.
Yeah.
Like,
fucking Google it. I don't know. Our boy Kevin Smith has some NFTs. It's basically, that's where they take that moment in time, an artist's rendering of a picture, a cell from a movie, from an instant replay, from a sporting event that's forever yours in the virtual environment. You can buy virtual commemorative tickets to any NFL game now. You can't use them. They're not worth a shit, but they're like a tradable item. They're something that people are going to be trading in the future, they say. Some of them are
Non-
going for big money.
Wow. Okay. I will read this later.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get involved in this in January. Once Christmas, once I do all the ho 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 visits, I'm gonna turn that same time and energy into crypto and NFTs.
NFTs.
Well,
been
I mean,
confused.
do you own any crypto? I know you said you had a chance at one
No.
time to get Bitcoin.
Yeah. No. I got friends who are into it. I had a friend who I don't even keep in touch with anymore, and he was excited out of his mind when it was at $17,000. You know, he had all kinds of action going on with that kind of system. So I can imagine he's probably beside himself now.
Yeah,
Probably
I had
retired.
friends that bought in at about $5,000 and then they sold at about 30. They were like, I couldn't take it anymore. It was stressing me out. And I was like, all right, now it's worth 60. Now what? So,
Exactly. Yeah. No.
yeah. But you never know. I mean, shit like that. Elon Musk just comes out and says the wrong word about that thing one day and it crashes to zero. Now you got nothing.
Right. Exactly.
So,
Yeah. I don't get it. It has to be backed by something, and the only thing I could think it's backed by is the next person that buys in. And to me, that sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
Well, I think you're right, but I think it beats what we have now with the U.S. dollar and the central banks and the inflation that we have that's running out of control. Here, let me just paint the picture for you. Let's say it's 1913 when the first central bank, 1917 when it's either 1913 or 1917 when the first central, not the first, was it the first? No, it wasn't the first central bank because Andrew Jackson shut one down before that. But here's the deal: you got a situation. It's a private bank. It's privately owned. These are the Rothschild type people and shit like that you always hear people talk about. They're Illuminati and there's 7 or 13 families that run the world. That's what this is, the central bank. And they set inflation rates. They do all that shit. They set interest rates. And if they want more money or if they need to put out more money, you know what they do? They fucking print it. And they don't put any money. It doesn't cost them anything. They fucking print it. Now, obviously, they can't flood the market with cash because that'll create hyperinflation, kind of like what we're doing now. That's when the government keeps spending money. They keep borrowing from the central bank. And to use round numbers, for every dollar they borrow from the central bank, they got to pay back $1.10. So now they got to get another dollar to pay back that 10 cents part. But now they owe more interest on that dollar. So it's a never ending cycle. And each cycle like that only lasts 30 to 50 years. So with that in mind, we're at the end of this because the last change is when Nixon took us off the gold standard in 1971. And that was about 50 years ago. These things, we're going to run out of. So in 1913, 1917, when gold was first really introduced as a backer on the currency. If you took $35 was what an ounce of gold cost in those days, $35. If you took an ounce of gold, $35 in gold, and buried it in the ground, and right next to it you took $35 in cash and you buried it in the ground. Now dig that shit up today. The cash is still worth what? $35. The gold is worth almost $2,000. So
Right.
I think there's going to be some sort of combination. I think it's going to be cryptocurrency, but I think you're right. I think it has to be backed by gold. There's only one problem in that. There's no fucking gold. There isn't. I mean, how can they back all that? Have you been inside Fort Knox? Have you seen the gold? Neither have I.
Right.
They're telling me there's gold there. I believe it. But I want to see it. So I recently purchased a bunch of physical gold. I fucking flushed the 401ks and all that shit, and I bought physical gold, dude. Now, it's not sitting in my house. I'm not stupid. It's sitting in a private reserve. But it's physical, tangible gold. I can have it at my doorstep in 48 hours.
Cool.
So, not that I'm rich or nothing, but let me ask you something. If you got money in a 401k or something, and the stock market bottoms out tomorrow, what's going to happen to your shit?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
So that's the only reason I did that. I don't have enough money where I can lose money like that, you know? I wish I did. Wish I had fuck you money. This guy here is going up in space. You know who that is, Mike?
Yeah. Freaking.
That's Michael Strahan, famed former New York Giant defensive end and host of the CBS
MVP.
morning show, I think.
Yes. One of those.
I've been trying real hard to find a joke about him going to space and parachuting down with a gap in his teeth. I was trying to work a joke there, but I couldn't.
I was actually trying to work a joke about getting the penis rocket between his teeth.
Yes. See? See?
We get the penis
we have
rocket
to get together at these writer meetings and straighten this shit out before the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is funny. It is one giant step is what they're calling it. They're saying Strahan's going to become a space tourist. He's going to be on the next Blue Origin flight. Strahan, who turned 50 on Sunday, will join Laura Shepard Churchley, the eldest daughter of late astronaut Alan Shepard, on December 9th, mission aboard the New Shepard, a spacecraft named after her father, who was the last American in space. It'll be
so
a
is this the
10-minute flight.
Okay, is this the one that just goes up and they hang out for a little bit, or does it go around the planet for 3 days?
It's a 10-minute flight. It'll be 5 minutes shorter than Alan Shepard's 1961 Mercury flight, which launched from West Texas carrying 6 people, 2 more than the previous 2 flights this year with humans aboard. Now, in a similar jaunt, Strahan's flight is likely to include about 3 minutes of weightlessness and a view of the curvature of the Earth. Passengers are subjected to nearly 6 Gs or 6 times the force of Earth's gravity as the capsule descends. This is according to ESPN.com. Strahan says he wanted to go into space and he thinks it's a great opportunity. He thinks being there at the first launch, it was really mind-blowing. So good for him. He gets to go in space, but I don't know.
It seems like a jip. You know, if the SpaceX people can put you up there and you go around the planet for like 2 or 3 days, there's an experience. You know, this you go up there and they kind of just like kind of lobby out into space and you come back down. I don't know.
Here, I got a way to equate that out. Okay, like let's say you wanted to go out with this hot girl for a while and you finally this is before you're married, and you finally get her to go out with you. So you probably dinner and a show or whatever, or dinner and an event, or go somewhere. You're dropping a couple $100. You get back to the house, you're able to crank one out with her, and you're done in 2 minutes. It's the same thing. You know, it's only a few minutes when you get to that climaxal part there. You know, when you get to that height of the story. So I get it. It's the same thing. You spend too much money for too little enjoyment. I get it.
Yeah, you might as well go for the long haul. You know.
Yeah.
With a reputable company, and you don't have to worry about penis jokes.
Yes. Why don't you just go to one of those companies that's figured out how to get to Mars? They just haven't figured out how to bring you back. That's what I'm talking about. That's going to space, man. I think they made a movie with the Good Will Hunting guy.
Matt Damon.
Yes. Where he's on Mars.
Yes. It was called Martian. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Going over to our other buddy here in the Alien Update, Russell Branson.
Really? Is the sun bright up there in space?
Yes, he's just so cool. He always wears glasses.
Yeah, he's got to wear shades. His future's so bright.
That's right. This is according to HypeBeast.com. Virgin Atlantic and Sir Richard Branson have officially announced that the winner of the free trip to suborbital space. Virgin Atlantic has given up. Suborbital. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was going to say drum roll because I thought you were going to come up with a name.
No, I got it. Virgin Atlantic has given out 2 free rides to health and energy coach Keisha from the Caribbean nation of Antigua and Barbuda and her daughter, an astrophysics student.
Barbuda?
Yes, Barbuda.
Barbuda. Not
I guess that's what they call Barbados. But when it's singular, maybe it's Barbuda. I don't know.
When is one Barbado?
Yeah.
There's 1 Barbado and 2 Barbados.
I don't know. He'll charge you $450,000 for a seat on this Virgin Atlantic flight, but they're giving out these free ones. Is that because they can't sell them, or is that because he's making sure he gets the full write-off on each trip, or
publicity? You know. He seems like he's third wheel with this whole space thing.
Virgin Atlantic estimates that it raised about $1.7 million in grants for the organization's Citizen Astronaut program. So that's probably where they're getting the money from.
Yeah.
The
Whatever.
Space of Humanity charity, which is used to help make spaceflight more accessible to earn additional entries. So this is all about getting regular Joes into space, but these people that they're picking aren't regular Joes. Michael Strahan is this physical specimen still at 50 years old. This
Right.
this woman here is obviously physically fit because she's a fitness coach. Her daughter obviously fits because she's an astrophysicist.
I guess you
How about
and
the
me
guy
are
waiting tables at Bahama Breeze? Let's put that motherfucker up. Put his ass in space.
Oh God, they have to. So he'd have to take 2 seats.
I mean, think of who would you want to see in space? Who do you think is deserving of getting a free ride to space? Would you want to go?
Yeah, I think I would go. Well, I don't know. I say that now.
You'd want to sit on like thousands of pounds of highly explosive rocket fuel on a pad. And
Right, just for a 10-minute thrill. Yeah, I probably would pass. My theory is that people die because they do too much. I've never been injured skiing. You know why? I've never been skiing. I've never died by bungee jumping, or going in a slingshot, or tightrope walking. I never died doing any of these things because I don't do that stuff. I stay off motorcycles. All those things that you hear every day, people dying of this, people dying of that. Someone got mauled by a tiger in a freaking African safari. Guess what? No safari for me. I'm good.
You learned the first time.
Yeah, I have my Oculus virtual reality headset. I'll go on safari on that. All right. So yeah, not gonna happen.
They ought to make an Oculus thing that comes with side items. Like let's say you get an Oculus and you're visiting these jungle cats. Maybe I'm going to take a dirty litter box and pass it under your nose so you smell it now. You not only see it, but you smell it,
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Smell-o-vision.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. Why aren't these people thinking? Here's another thing, too. Why not, when they put these free people up in space, I think they should be able to tag the next person. I don't think you should be able to pick the next person. Mr. Branson, I know you got billions of dollars and you're affording these people a $450,000 flight, but this ought to be the caveat. The person you just invited, they ought to get to tag somebody up to go. It's their choice who the next person is.
Yeah, but then they'll be picking like their mother-in-law. Who wants to hear about that?
Yeah.
Who wants to hear about Marilyn going up in space?
Just put a GoPro on her forehead and turn up the volume so I can hear her. Oh my! Look at this! Oh my! How about Michael Strahan? Wonder if he knows any athletes that think the Earth is flat. When he goes up now, he's going to see the curvature of the Earth. Is he going to come back and disprove that, or is he going to say it was a put on, that it was graphics or CGI?
He's one of the most top-rated shows in the morning, so he'll be talking to millions of people for probably the next week about it. He's probably talking about, come Monday morning, he'll be talking about it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's smart advertising. It's a word of mouth type stuff like that. I like Michael Strahan in that morning show I watch every day. Honey, let's spend $450,000 each and go to space. Okay, dear.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sell your gold. Sell your 401k.
All right. Well, I'm thinking that this could be a real thing, or this could be a false flag type thing. According to jpost.com, this is dated today. A large asteroid stronger than a nuke is heading towards Earth late December. Now,
stronger than a nuke?
Didn't we just talk about in the past couple shows the ability for NASA to go up and pull a Bruce Willis on these things?
Yeah, split it in half or something.
Don't you find that convenient that they announce they have the ability to defend against this? Then a month later, here we go again. Oh, this is happening. It's a good thing we have this thing to defend our planet.
It's like Bill Gates with the smallpox.
Exactly.
It all comes to the circle.
Anyway, this is according to jpost.com. A large asteroid the size of the Washington Monument is heading for Earth in late December that, if it impacts, would cause devastation far greater than an atomic bomb, according to NASA's asteroid tracker. Known as 2018 AH, the asteroid is estimated to range around 190 meters in size and is set to pass by Earth on December 27th. Hey, happy birthday to me!
Happy
the world's
birthday,
gonna
both
end.
Mikes. Yeah.
The asteroid is
Interesting.
unlikely to hit the planet, however, and is set to pass by at a distance of over 4.5 million kilometers away. For comparison, the distance between the Earth and the Moon is 384,000 kilometers. So it's...
And if it does hit, it's going to hit Wyoming. So
yeah, it's 15...
you'll
It's like
be-
16 times further than the Moon is from us, is the closest it's probably going to get. So, whatever. Whatever that means.
Right?
But you put this out there to enough people, and they're going to start, spending maxing out their credit cards. What do they give a
Right.
shit? They won't be around.
We have to go through this toilet paper thing again.
Yes, toilet paper rolls. Because Lord knows when that thing hits, everybody's going to shit themselves. According to NASA, any asteroid 140 meters in diameter or larger could have potentially catastrophic impact if it crashed into Earth.
Yeah, they say the damage of a nuclear weapon. So yeah, it depends on where it hits.
And at the
If it hits
bottom of this article, they do reference the thing we talked about a couple weeks ago, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test Mission, DART, D-A-R-T.
Yes.
So
Full circle again.
if this could hit a country, or it's probably going to hit an ocean. If it did hit us, it'd probably hit an ocean, right? Because 2/3 of the planet is covered.
Two-thirds of a chance, exactly. And then if it hits, a continent, so a nuclear blast is pretty contained. It's the fallout that does the damage down the line. So if it hits, say maybe it takes out a 10 square mile area. If you hit it in Arizona, that's one thing. Boom, no big deal. If you do it in freaking Midtown Manhattan, you got a completely different story. So
I was thinking this. Here's what I was thinking.
Stop.
I was thinking that they've announced they have a way to shoot this thing down.
Yes.
They've announced that this thing is coming toward us. They're stair-stepping us. They just put the tip in at the beginning of the month. Now they're getting a little more of it in. Okay, pretty soon they're going to be pile driving us here on the mattress. Here, this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
They nuke somebody else. It's like somebody blows up Finland. Why Finland? Because nobody gives a shit about Finland, right? Do you give a shit about Finland?
No, not more than anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some space agency could say this thing's coming. We have a way to shoot it down or redirect it. We redirected it, but instead of hitting the Atlantic Ocean, it's going to hit Finland now. And then they send a nuke over to Finland.
Right.
We don't know it's not an asteroid. We don't know it's a nuke. And sure enough, it was like a nuke, just like they said.
Yeah. So you're framing the asteroid into genocide.
Yes. I'm thinking somebody could use this as a weapon or a false flag event. If only we could come up with an event that would shut down the global economy and force everybody to stay inside. If only we could do something like that.
And gain what?
Well, I'm talking about the fucking pandemic we just been going through.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
What would you gain by doing that?
Well, there's a lot to be gained. First of all, you can change all the banking in the world, which they're doing. Because something called a global reset, a GCR, a global currency reset. This is the shit nobody wants to hear about, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. This shit puts the brakes on the show every time.
Good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you're done, right?
All right.
All right,
Next.
so check this cat out. You know who that is?
That's Casey Kasem, American Top 40.
Yes, Casey Kasem.
Don't know what.
That's Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Oh, same thing.
He's saying that a group
Is
of
he a
Russians
DJ?
and Ukrainians are planning a coup against him.
Oh, okay, so he's not a DJ.
NATO agrees with him. NATO has put out a release today through Fox News, so it must be true, that Ukraine says Moscow kept their 90,000 troops near the common border following a massive war games in western Russia earlier this year. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry said units of the Russian 41st Army near Yelnya, about 160 miles north of the border. Moscow denies that it's planning any invasion and refuses to provide details about troop movements in its own territory. And to give you a taste of what that area looks, there's a map, and there's the Ukraine, and there's Russia right next door. Now that part of Crimea, that was under question, and Russia a couple years ago actually invaded that. They infiltrated it from the inside out. They set up Russian residents in the Ukraine, and then they just took over that part of the country.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't believe the guy because he doesn't know how to tie a tie properly.
Well, there you go.
Anybody who doesn't know how to do a double Windsor knot, all respect gone. Sorry.
And he does have that weird look on his face, looking like he just swallowed some prune juice or something. He's like, what the hell is that?
Someone fart?
Yes. He just met Biden. Biden just farted. Jesus.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to us on Spotify, by the way, you can listen to us on Spotify if you didn't know.
Yes. Both mics.
You can listen to us there. According to 9to5google.com, Spotify is pulling the plug on its driver-friendly car view mode. Less than 2 years ago, Spotify added a car view to its mobile app on Asteroid and iOS, which would display a simplified UI user interface while driving. Unfortunately, Spotify is now ending support for that feature.
Guess they're not making enough money on it.
I don't know. They're saying they can confirm that they're retiring the car view feature. This, however, doesn't mean we don't want to improve on how our users listen to Spotify while driving. On the contrary, we're actively exploring a variety of ways. You know what the problem is? Is all the new freaking cars, they're coming out with all this wireless stuff, and you no longer need a radio station. You don't need XM or any shit like that because you just Wi-Fi connect your phone, which can hold hundreds of thousands of songs. And Spotify hasn't been one of the top choices, I think. Now, of course, it's a top choice when it comes to listening to both mics on Spotify.
Correct.
Whatever that's worth.
Right.
Remember, they're the same people that came out with that thing called a car thing, a device to control playback in the car. You remember we talked about that? No?
God,
you're
vaguely.
You're getting old, Mike.
Yeah, by the minute.
Do you remember that Pokemon Go phase? Do you remember that thing?
Yes. Yes. It's probably still not. It's probably still is a phase for some people.
Well, according to NintendoLife.com, Pokemon Go creators' AR platform is now being used to hunt Bitcoin, not pocket monsters. This is the easiest, most fun way to get your first piece of Bitcoin.
So is this how you're going to get into the Bitcoin thing come
January? Sure is starting to look that way, bro.
You and Squirtle and Pikachu?
Yep. Neon Tech, the studio being the smartphone hit Pokemon Go, has lent its AR platform to payments company Fold to create a new kind of catch-them-all adventure. But this time players are hunting for the cryptocurrency Bitcoin rather than monsters.
Interesting.
The AR experience acts as a natural extension of the Fold app, which already gives you the ability to earn Bitcoin going about your daily life. Buying coffee, going shopping, paying bills, and even paying your taxes. While the experience is open to anyone, Fold cardholders can collect extra spins and rewards to boost their rewards on the Fold card. The complete experience will drop next year and will enable individuals to find, trade, and hide Bitcoin and other rewards throughout the world IRL. It will also give merchants the ability to engage the community with incentives and offers. It all started with somebody saying, let's make Pokemon Go, but for Bitcoin, and ended with, let's build a new way to exchange and share Bitcoin with others.
It's
got to have something to do with marketing.
Get off my lawn.
These damn old kids.
Yeah. And I don't know, not knowing anything about it kind of sounds like a way to hide money that you're making too.
Right, but if I can hide it and somebody else can find it, what good is it? I mean, I want to hide money. I want to hide money like that. I want to keep it away from the government if it's worth 60 grand. They're going to make me pay 15 grand in taxes just to touch it.
Right.
So why would I do that? So yeah, I'll hide money in Bitcoin. That's what the government is afraid of. See, they control that money in the central bank. They don't control Bitcoin. That's the problem. That's why we're not making the full conversion. They want a government-backed cryptocurrency. But it's got to be backed by something. I'm gambling it's going to happen. It's going to be backed by gold. That's just my gamble. That's what I'm saying.
The old familiar.
You have to. You have to do something, buddy. You work you and your spouse work real hard for your money. You shouldn't have the government take it all.
Yeah.
They're like the friggin' mafia, the IRS. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm not talking about you if you work at the IRS. I'm talking about all those other fucks.
Those other people, yes. Those people.
Those people. Anyway, there's the Pokemon Go thing there. Now, this is something right up our get off my lawn thing.
Uh-huh.
But it's not really, so I'll put it up there.
Hands-free toast.
According to TheVerge.com, this is why a toaster from 1949 is still smarter than any toaster sold today.
Okay.
I guess they have Bluetooth toasters now. Were you aware of this?
I had no idea. Well, yeah, I can see where you control the toaster through an app on your phone. Yeah. I've noticed, like, I remember the toaster like my mom and dad had, and it was like a powerhouse. You know, it worked real good. It worked fast, and it was, good quality metal, and it worked fine. You buy a toaster now, they're like way too much money, and they're total pieces of crap.
So when you're talking about a toaster, are you talking about the kind where you drop the bread in the top, or are you talking about the kind that looks like a tiny oven?
Drop the bread in the top. Yeah. I think more than likely, probably some kind of, household protection agency came along and said, okay, your toaster cannot, heat up to this heat, this temperature, and you have to dial it back because, people are dying because of toasters, blah, blah, blah. So they probably, have a wimpier version of toasters out now than what we were used to as kids. That's why I say get off my lawn.
Exactly.
I don't want toast 15 minutes from now. I want toast in 2 minutes. Give me toast in 2 minutes. Make sure it's hot. I want the damn butter to melt and call it a day. All right. I ain't got
the
time
microwave has screwed it up for you, man. You're like, I don't have all minute. Let's go.
Yeah. I want a powerhouse freaking toaster.
Well, they used to make toasters like that. You just push the button and then up came toast. You didn't have all these variants and stuff. We got we were gifted a toaster. We have the drop the top in toaster. We were gifted another one of those. Toaster. Then we were gifted the one that looks like a little oven. And this little oven thing can do anything. It can broil, it can toast, you can cook a pizza in it, you can do all this shit. And I'm like, is this thing gonna wax my car next? I mean, what the hell's it gonna do?
Yeah. The last toaster we had worked like crap, and it gave you like a frozen option. Like you could put a frozen thing in there, or a bagel option, where I guess just one of the elements will heat up the bagel side and not the back side of the bagel. And all kinds of dials, buzzers, and whistles on these toasters now. I want a toaster that toasts bread. I'm not putting anything else in it. I'm not throwing hot dogs in it. I don't want a hot dog toaster. No.
They make them where you can make, like you buy them, like they make them like with Mickey Mouse ears on your toast every morning or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. And that's great if you have kids, but get off my lawn. I want toast.
Exactly. Now, what if you have like a giant piece of handcrafted bread? Like a sourdough or whatever. You got to put it in one side and it's hanging out. Then you got to take it out and put it in the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I think I've done that with like rye bread. So you do what you got to do. You got to be creative.
What's the funniest thing you've ever seen Or have you ever put in a toaster a little pizza thing or what?
I've seen people like they'll put the toaster on its side and slide pieces of pizza in there and hit the button. Yeah, I guess it works, but who's going to get inside that toaster and clean it? You gotta think ahead. Just because you can put toaster in an oven and a toaster doesn't mean you should.
I agree. And if you ever look inside one of those toasters, it's a simple thing. It's just like a red coil wire that runs through the whole thing.
Yep.
It glows red when it heats up from the electric current.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Just don't stick your finger in there.
Yeah, right. They're saying these older toasters go for all the money because they're so simple. They're going for an average of $130 on eBay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Perfect example. You ever see Black & Decker had a series of like appliances, small appliances that were mounted under your counter? Or mounted under your cabinets? A Black & Decker under cabinet mounted can opener, electric can opener. We wanted one, and everywhere I looked, they were like $70 to $100 because they don't make them anymore. And believe it or not, I found one on Craigslist. It was brand new, still in the box, $5.
Really?
We've had it for 10 years. Granted, we don't open cans now like we used to. Like, God, when we were kids, I remember opening cans on a can opener all the time. Now a lot of them have that pop. You pop it and you pull the lid off type thing. But yeah, I still, for the one or two cans that we open a month, we have the under the counter mounted can opener from Black & Decker for $5.
I wonder what's the messiest thing you could make in a toaster like that. Like, could you
soup?
You pour spaghetti sauce in there, heat up some spaghetti? I mean, are you gonna? You know what I'm saying? I wonder what's
some soup. Soup
a
would
can
probably
of soup
be
in there. Yeah, heat it up.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
What's going to happen? What's going to happen.
Here's what I need. I need some listener, somebody that's listening to this, to take your toaster like that, set up your camera, put it on its little prop-up thing, videotape it, and I want to watch you pour a can of soup into your toaster.
All right, I'm going to YouTube right now.
We're going to get sued so bad.
Search.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh. Yes. Voice recognition. I gotta stop talking. This thing. Oh my God! Stop. Strangest thing you can cook in a toaster. And there we go. It's crazy what you can cook in a toaster. She's putting chicken nuggets in a toaster.
Nice.
She's putting out, and she's got all these fancy toasters.
How about chili? Can you make chili in a toaster?
Do you eat kangaroo for breakfast? What?
I don't know what site you're on, Mike.
I'm on YouTube. And of course, now I got a Black Friday ad. 50% off. Grilled cheese. She's got Hot Pockets. She's doing Hot Pockets in the toaster. 8-minute video on how to cook stuff in a toaster. Baby pizzas. Little Tony's baby pizzas. What you got there now?
Are you saying
pretzel?
Baby pizzas or baby pieces?
Baby pizzas.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Yes. It was like 6-inch round. Ooh, she burnt some chicken nuggets in there.
How about a hot dog? Can you make a hot dog in a toaster?
They actually make there's a specific toaster that you put the hot dog in the hole, and then there's a bun-shaped one.
Yeah.
And a bun warmer. Yeah. Now she's cooking a steak inside this Cuisinart toaster. And she's got the temperature thing.
I've seen somebody cook a steak with an iron before. Like they're iron your shirt.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It can happen, I'm sure. Granted, you'll have to go out and buy another iron. Have you ever bought an iron? I think the only iron I've ever had that belonged to me said Jetport Holiday Inn Newark on the side of it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she cooked the steak. It looked like a New York strip steak. She cut it in two and put it in the toaster, and it gets cooked. Granted, the knife she's using is kind of weird. But yeah, you cook a steak. Why not? It looks like a medium steak.
All right, so here's what you do. You get in touch with us. We give you the both mic sticker. Put the both mic sticker on your toaster, and then you pour.
Yes.
Then you cook whatever you're going to cook in there and send it to us.
Yes.
There you go.
Beef stew.
Beef stew. Yes. Yes. Can you cook a turkey in a toaster? A whole turkey?
World's biggest toaster.
There you go.
Wow, look at that. Now, the next video is Orca Encounters Gone Wrong. SeaWorld.
Nice.
Can you cook a killer whale in a toaster?
Nice. All right, the show's obviously run out of fuel, gas, topics, everything else.
Get off my lawn.
We're talking about fucking toasters. God,
Yes.
we're old.
It's a slow news day.
In my day, we took the toaster from 1949.
Yeah, and walked to school both ways uphill in the snow
Fucking crazy.
while it was raining out.
We're talking about fucking toasters.
Yes. Why not? You're a professional when you can take any subject and talk about it for.
Now that is correct. I can talk to anybody about anything for about 2 minutes. Then I start being found out.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I lose interest about 10 seconds before you do.
Nice. Well, you can find us on Google. When you're Googling what's the funniest thing or the weirdest thing you could put in a toaster, you can Google both mics and our podcast will come up.
Yes, correct. That is true.
You ever look at your old photos on Google that are backed up? You ever just go in there and just start looking? Oh, there's 2017.
Every morning, one of my top posts on Facebook is the memories one. I go through it each day, especially with the boys now, seeing them grow as the years go by. And then, of course, previous to 2017, when we were single and traveling all over the damn country, like, oh, hey, this week in 2013, we were in Vegas. We were here, we were there. Especially through, like, the spring. We usually go on a cruise or 5 during the spring. So, like, for, like, most of February, March, and April, somewhere along the line in the past 11 years, we've been on a cruise during that week. So yes, we do look like old photos.
Yeah, well, it's just funny that you just pull them up, on a whim. But that's all fine and good. But if you got no power, you can't look at your shit. That, again, not to be the get off my lawn guy again, but you remember having to go to the photo place and drop off your shit and get double prints because you knew you wanted to share some prints?
Yeah. Well, and God, now it's easy as can be. You can download them onto Snapfish or Photo Bucket and they freaking send them to you in the mail.
Speaking of Photo Bucket, have you ever been able to log back into your shit and get that video we talked about?
Yeah, it's on my to-do list. That video, God, what video? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's the video of when we were in Miami and seeing Cheap Trick at the baseball game.
Yeah.
And I turned around. I thought you were taking a still picture of me and Lisa right there. Remember, we only had 2 on the field passes because they were only letting 500 people, and we snuck another one.
Right.
And then we're down there. We're right on the field. We're right up front, having a great time. And I turned around because you were going to take a picture of me and Lisa, but you were taking video. And Rick came over with the guitar and kind of tucked it in between the both of us, the neck of the guitar.
I will make a note of that. But yeah, it's on my list because of stuff to do. Maybe I'll get something on that list on this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these old pictures now going, what the hell was going on there?
Okay.
Well, a lot of them, I'm in 2017. It was a time when I didn't have my beard. So I look weird. My significant other here, my better half, even made a comment about it yesterday. She saw an old picture of me without a beard. She goes, "Oh my God, you look so weird. I'm not used to seeing you like that."
Yeah.
What, with my clothes on? What are you talking about?
Right. Well, I think I've only seen you with your beard in person maybe like 5 times.
Well, the beard has a presence of his own. It has its own Facebook page and everything. Just the beard. it's its own entity.
Okay.
It's making all kinds of money on its own. Matter of fact, I'm usually asleep and the beard goes out and makes some money and comes back and shares it with Daddy. How about that?
Hell, freaking share your secrets here, buddy.
Right? I wish. Jesus. No, that's why I got this thing white, man. You need to invest in yourself. You need to make yourself work for yourself. So I took inventory of what I had to offer, and I made an adjustment, and that's what I'm doing.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay. So what else is going on? Are we have subjects?
Yeah, of course we're out of subjects. That's why we're talking about fucking toasters. Yeah, I think I talked about Mosh Pit Jesus. I did an interview with him at the Rockville, so you can go to the YouTube page and you can see a picture, see the video of the interview with Mosh Pit Jesus. So
yeah, and I'll probably have some awesome content coming up because we're about 76 days away from the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Nice.
Which I think is going to be like number 8 or number 9 for me.
Who's the big bands on this one?
Oh, well, the big draw this year is Alice Cooper.
Nice.
Alice Cooper is going to be there. Then you're looking at other bands like Queensryche, Skid Row, the Choir Boys going to be there. LA Guns, Faster Pussycat. I think Enough's Enough is going to be on board this year. Jeff Scott Soto going to be on board. A band called Stop Stop. They're like a new band that's going to be coming from England. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, it's coming up in February, so I'm probably going to bring my laptop on board, and we probably can do a podcast from on board.
Oh, that'd be cool as shit, dude. Yeah, that'd be real good. Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe we'll do a little preamble before and kind of go over who's going to be on board. Let me see here. No, this is old. This has got to be
That's
old.
all right. We're running out of time anyway. You can
2014. I was looking at this poster on here and like, okay, that's definitely not the cruise that we're going on.
Yeah, post. What we'll do is when we get closer to it, we'll post it, and maybe if you do any of these meet and greet things, maybe you can get one quick question and answer. Like, wouldn't it be neat if we came up with the same question for everybody? Like,
right.
What was your favorite thing to eat when you were a kid? Something stupid like that, but let's make it more out there.
Or, something that's related to bands. All right, real quick, I'll run through them. Alice Cooper, Queensryche, Skid Row, Lit, L-I-T. Remember that?
I like
that. Bam. Yeah. LA Guns, Kix, Winger, Michael Monroe, who's from Hanoi Rocks, Great White, Loudness, the Japanese band from Japan. Ooh, Y&T, they're still listed on here, but they backed out. A band called Eclipse, they're from Europe.
Who would have thought a Japanese band would be from Japan? Wow.
Right. They're called Roudness.
All right.
Faster Pussycat, Rhino Bucket, Dangerous Toys, Killer Dwarves, Tokyo Motor Fest from New Jersey, Bisto Blanco, Alice Cooper's daughter's in that band. John Corabi, the other lead singer from Motley Crue, Little Caesar, Roxanne, and of course all the guys from Sirius Radio are going to be there. It's Lillian Axe too. So it's not the best lineup that they've had, but
we go tear down the show before we get out there. Good job.
Yeah. Jameson, the comedian, Jim Florentine, the comedian, Eddie Trunk. So it's a good time.
All right, we're going over our allotted time here, and I'm going to get cranky here. So, all right. Well, we'll do stuff like that closer to it. When is that? January, February?
February 9th through the 14th.
Perfect. That's after the Super Bowl. That's perfect timing.
Yeah, I think it's during the Super Bowl.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think we're going to be on board for the Super Bowl.
Okay, well, it might not be good timing.
We were last time. It was great. I went to a concert, and the freaking Atlanta Falcons were destroying destroying the Patriots. We're like, oh, great, the Patriots are going to lose. Contra was over, and like 25 points later, and the Patriots won. I was like, oh my God, how did that happen? It was like the third quarter, and they were destroying them. Yeah.
All right, well, check out my friend Gino Losi if you want to go fishing in Florida. He'll put you on a giant fish, of course. Check out my friends at the Melon Patch Theater. Check out the Mr. Levine there is doing a wonderful job, Dustin. Check out some theater there, some local community stuff. It's fun. It's great. Small theater. And maybe even donate some money there. They like that stuff.
Yeah.
You going to say hi to Mom?
No, I saw her yesterday. Hi, Mom.
All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Take care, folks. Ciao.